through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
And welcome everybody to another episode of the Light the Torch podcast. I'm your host, B. Jones, and I got my boys with me. Leave it in the comments, man. Let us know how you feel about our new intro we got there. As we let you guys come on, trickle on in here, man. We got a lot to talk about today, man. A lot of hating us has been going on, man. Nothing new, but it just seems like this week has just been a little more ridiculous than others. I guess, man. But yeah, man. So we're gonna start with a media day recap. We had media day yesterday, and our first in the Big Ten, and UCLA seems very excited about it. No, shout out to Coach Foster, man. You know, I was a fan of his growing up, man. So I can't. I'm not gonna bash him too much.
Football wise, we're excited. And we found out that it's us and USC.
Yeah. Did you know that both schools are in LA? Yeah, I found that out yesterday.
Same.
Yeah. Apparently.
I felt bad. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he obviously was.
Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing, man.
He was nervous, man.
Yeah,
He's never got the best of him, but I can't say I haven't been there, man. So that's what I said. I'm not gonna knock it too much.
Hey, I don't.
At the same time, I mean,
Hey, I don't feel bad for him. He had time to prepare.
Right. I kind of have to put blame on like his media staff. You know, I don't know what the actual terminology is, but like, yeah, exactly. Like to me, it seems like they didn't really prepare him much for that moment. Maybe they did, and just nerves took over. That could obviously happen. But man, the whole situation is just
it's pretty.
It was bad, man.
Pretty ugly,
I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. It was gold, man.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to hate even more on UCLA, but did you guys see even like their players? They took like commercial flight, like they didn't even take like a private jet or anything like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Stuff,
Mark was on the same
things
flight.
like that, man. It's just
it's not a good look, man. They took a couple of L's already this week.
But I like the fact that Mr. Dumore didn't do anything.
Yeah, man. We're not gonna bash little brother too much, man. But we have to throw our little jabs in.
All I'm saying is like that thing was bad. He could have just said, you know what, guys? I forgot my entire speech, but so we're gonna improvise. We're excited about joining the conference. It would have been better. He just laughed it out at the end. He's like, "Yeah, we're just excited."
Right.
Oh,
Jordan,
man,
what's up, man? What's going on? Fight on, Frankie. What's the booing for, Jordan?
He's messing with us.
Getting booed?
He's so excited. Oh man.
Yeah, for real.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Stop laughter for me last night watching that.
So give me some of your takeaways from media day. We'll start with you, Guns.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was good to hear Jonah. It sounds like he's getting more comfortable with the center position. Obviously, we'll find that out throughout fall camp and stuff. Miller seems confident. Kamari, he's a quiet one, but he's like a just watch out basically for that guy. He's quiet, but he can pack a punch and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, from the player standpoint, it was great to hear what they said. From Riley's standpoint, I can kind of see he's kind of tired of hearing some of the stuff out there in the media. Us like comparing us to other programs and NILs and stuff like that. I mean, he's to me, it's spot on. You know, we were way behind the 8 ball, right? When you want to compare us to those programs. So yeah, to me, it just made me love the guy more, basically. So gonna be fighting on with him, through and through, and excited.
Absolutely, bro. You got anything on that, bro? You with us?
Yeah, I'm with this. My situation right now.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna be like Coach Foster right now. Football wise, we're excited. Nah, but jokes aside, Gunner said, like Miller Moss really looks confident. He's ready to step in. He mentioned that he's taking the unusual route now of college kids nowadays of staying in school and earning his stripes and getting his opportunity. Him staying and not leaving after the Jackson Dart thing, whatever, and he took over, and then Caleb Williams coming back, so he's finally getting his opportunity to shine. So I'm really looking forward to him falling out this year, and I really think he's got the confidence, and he's got the skill set to be in the Heisman running. My opinion with Coach Riley, I think he's gonna kill it this year, and I'm happy for him. Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
I can't hear anything.
no, we can hear you. We cannot hear B Jones right now.
Give me 1 second.
So we're just having some technical difficulties. Once B Jones can be heard, he'll give his take on the recap. Um,
And
just
then
real quick, what else did you think about the media day, role? Just like outside of USC, anything
I
that
think,
stood out, outside of UCLA, obviously as well.
yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good experience in terms of first year experience. Some of the analysts were giving USC some love. At least the non-biased guys that realized that, hey, you know what, USC actually does have a good coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball now. Um, so it's good to see that some people are giving us credit. Obviously, we haven't performed on the field yet, but we all know what the coaching staff is more than capable of doing. So I do think that people are going to get surprised. So it was nice to see us get some love from all that hate that we've been receiving in the media nowadays.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
B Jones, you back?
You
Oh,
guys hear
perfect.
me?
We can hear you now. Yes, we can. Perfect.
Cool. Yeah, sorry, man. Having some issues with my microphone, but we use the Apple mic. But yeah, man. As far as Riley, man, yeah, like you said, but as you can tell, he's getting a little fed up with with all the noise, man. But one thing I took away that's not so positive, I guess. Well, I don't know. It depends on how you feel about it. Um, a lot of people are giving him flack for him saying that maybe the possibility of taking Notre Dame off the schedule. I understand his reasons. I mean, everything he said about it is true. You see, the SEC doesn't schedule it like that, and that's why they're able to make it to the championship year in and year out. So, I mean, yes, we love our tradition. Yes, maybe we love it a little too much, to a fault. You know what I mean? But so, I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about that in the chat. What do you guys feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, he was spot on. From a fan's perspective, right? We want to face the best of the best. But like we said, I mean, SEC they're facing Chattanooga or whatever you call them in November, right before a big matchup. So basically a bye week. I mean,
Right.
it sucks, but yeah, it's something that we all were kind of going towards anyway, in my opinion. So.
Right. I really think we do. All right, guys. So I don't get this number. Bro, what about you? You got thoughts on the possibility of losing the Notre Dame game?
I mean, from a fan's perspective, obviously we want to keep playing Notre Dame. We don't want to see that tradition go away, but if you really think about it with your head and realize how big of a disadvantage it is, it kind of makes sense, right? Wanting to remove that game from the schedule because the Georgias and all the other schools do it, especially the SEC schools. I'm not too familiar whether you know the Ohio States or Michigans do that. I believe they also schedule just easy games. But
Yeah, normally in the earlier in the season. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, normally in the earlier though.
yeah. So I mean, I can see it, the reasoning why they want to potentially remove it, but just as a fan, I would hate to see that go away. But kind of like Riley mentioned, if we're not going to get credit for having a difficult schedule, it probably is best to potentially get it out the schedule.
Right. Strength of schedule used to be a thing, man. I don't know what happened to that when these committees start deciding that it's not. But yeah, that's something to consider too, man. But would you guys say that we're holding on to traditions to a fault, or would you say that's what makes us the USC?
Hmm.
I mean, aren't we the only school that hasn't scheduled an FCS school
Right.
in the history or something like that? So,
I think we're the only ones that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, it's the USC way of not taking it easy and just fighting on. So I don't see us removing the Notre Dame game as much as it makes sense to get it out of the schedule. So hopefully the committee does realize that strength schedule is a thing and that they should benefit. They should give the benefit to those teams that are scheduling a hard schedule, even if we may have a loss or more than whoever potentially could go above us.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, to your question, I would say I think to a fault we are too tradition dependent. Like with Notre Dame in particular, like um, I'm kind of surprised and maybe we just haven't heard of it. But why USC hasn't pushed for Notre Dame to try to get into the Big Ten, right? I mean, if you ideally that would be the great situation. Push them
Yeah.
into to a conference. You still have that tradition,
And you had
and
another
then
rivalry
play
game.
play who
Absolutely.
exactly play who you want in the non-conference. So it is interesting where we're at with this whole situation. So
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's still, in my opinion, a wait and see because we still don't know how this 12-team playoff is going to play out, and they're already talking about 14 teams. So yeah, so we'll see how everything plays itself out in the next couple of years. But just as longtime SC fans, even hearing that Notre Dame game is a possibility to get X'd is just a little wild. So that threw a lot of people off guard, especially with with the older generation of the SC fans. But I mean, listen, new traditions got to start somewhere. New rivalries going to pop up. We're in a brand new conference, so we'll see what happens, man. Let it play out. But we're going to move into our next topic, which is one that I'm kind of getting tired of, but it needs to be talked about because it's ridiculous. The SEC clown over there, Paul Feinbaum, says that Coach Prime should replace Lincoln Riley. Let's just start with this. Why are we still listening to anything Paul Feinbaum says in regards to
yeah.
USC? He clearly knows nothing about what he's talking about when it comes to USC. And why does he keep talking about USC? In fact, I'll ask you guys, why do you think that Paul Feinbaum keeps talking about USC?
I mean, to me he's I don't know if it's the right word, but scared basically, right? I mean, to me he's scared of USC being back. I mean, I don't think we heard of Feinbaum at all when Clay Helton was the head coach, right? So I mean, that to me right there just shows that he knows that Lincoln Riley is a good coach, regardless of his defensive issues thus far, um, and that he thinks that we have a good staff. He doesn't want to admit it, and that he can see that we are on a good trajectory right now. So, Yeah, he's just trying to find any, build up the drama, the pressure of from the media's viewpoint.
Exactly. And why do you think that is?
Because I think he knows that USC is trending upwards. Yeah, we had a bad season last year, but it doesn't change anything. Doesn't you know changes anything of what Lincoln Riley has accomplished already at USC. Like he said it best yesterday. Compare Oregon. I know they bring Oregon and who else? I think it was Ohio State and
Right.
us. Like look at what Ryan Day and Dan Lanning took over in comparison to me.
Exactly.
And we had a 11-2 season the first year and then 8-5 last year. So it's not terrible. Yeah, it looks terrible because we ended up losing more games last year. But if you look at it, if we would have gone 8-5, it would have been projected as a good season for us. If we've gone 11-2, it would have been like, oh yeah, USC is back.
Right.
I mean, we had a minor setback last year, but he's learned from his mistake, and I do think that we're going to surprise a lot of people this year, and that's the reason Fibon is saying that he's kind of like what Gunner said. He's a little bit scared because he knows that USC is moving upwards, and he knows what USC is capable of doing once we're up and running all across the board. Lincoln Riley said that we're a little behind on NIL and behind on facilities, behind on all these things. So once we catch up, the whole nation needs to watch out because it's USC. I mean, we're in LA, a mecca of college football. So I'm just saying, the other teams better watch out.
Yeah, just gonna say, man, they like you said, they know what's coming. That's why Lincoln said what he said. He's like, it's going to happen. You know, we're going to catch up. But one thing that I've noticed, man, the casuals out there, the casual fans, I don't think, any fan base outside of us really know how horrible it was over here and what Lincoln walked into. Either they choose not to acknowledge it. I'm talking about other fan bases here, or they just don't know. You guys feel that as well?
Well, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna notice that. But it's crazy because they don't know what's going on over here, but they always want to talk about us. So for them to even try to compare Lanning situation and Ryan Day's situation to Lincoln Riley's situation is the only thing that Day and Riley have in common is they coach at Blue Bloods. That's it. But we were in a dumpster fire with Helton and coming out of sanctions. They don't like to acknowledge that either. We came out of sanctions and then self-sanctioning. Then all the scandals that happened with the athletic department that we had to clear out some guys. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot. We took a lot of hits over the past decade. And Lincoln Riley had to walk into that, fix all that, and coach. You know what I mean? Something that I'm not going to say learning on the job, but he's still a young coach. You know what I'm saying? So he's still figuring out things, basically, which, we can't say that he's doing it. He's figuring it out.
Yeah, and he figured something out very crucial this past season.
Yep.
He's made that adjustment. So that was the only thing that was holding him back in a way.
Yeah. I had an old tweet that I found, man. I wish I posted it, but an old tweet that I found, it was right after Lincoln was hired. I said, that's great, but do not bring Grinch. Do not bring Grinch. It's let's see how long that Lincoln Riley is going to allow this guy to to ruin his legacy. And this is something I wrote right after I found out he was hired. I'm like, man, did that play out exactly? But yeah, unfortunately, but we're here now, so
yeah.
You don't even have to talk about the guy anymore. But
the only thing that it's a little concerning, I guess, it's with the whole recruiting and NIL thing. Hopefully, he's not doing the same mistake that he ended up doing with Grinch. Well, what's his name, Emmerich or Dave Emmerich, or
Mm-hmm.
I said I don't know where the ins and outs. So hopefully, either if he doesn't get replaced, that he picks up the slack because we definitely got to catch up. We can't be playing catch up all every single year.
Right.
So we got to take the right steps in the right direction to fix that and be one of the top programs when it comes to NIL or other aspects of the game.
Well,
So
I'm glad
hopefully,
you mentioned that, Raul. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that goes into exactly what we're talking about here. Um, so Keyshawn Johnson had some words about that, about the Coach Prime to USC thing. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah.
And yeah. He aired out a lot of our dirty laundry, man. Unfortunately, this is everything he said is things that I've heard from former players, people who are around the program or, have been around the program for quite some time when in regards to our donors and the powers that be. You know what I mean? Seems like we're stuck in a time lapse, man. Like we just don't want to get with the times, or we're very reluctant to get to the time, get up to date. And we've seen that, and that's basically what Lincoln Riley was saying. You know what I mean? But what do you guys thoughts? What do you guys think about Keyshawn Johnson's comments?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of this whole Deion Sanders prime to USC. I mean, so I mean, you could tell he's open minded. He's gonna speak his mind. You can tell when he likes somebody and he doesn't like somebody, and to me, it comes off sometimes that he's not a huge fan of Riley. He might be a fan, but just feel like at times where he just doesn't agree right with his decision, going back to Grinch and stuff like that. So yeah, I just hope this whole Dion stuff can go to bed because yeah, if he's our coach, man, that's gonna be something.
Right.
yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about something that's not worth talking about. Honestly,
Right. So that we're gonna roll right into, is Lincoln Riley on the hot seat? Straight answer, no. No. Why the media keeps trying to put him there is beyond me. I have no idea why. Why? Well, yes, I do. I mean, they're scared, so they're trying to get. That's what we mentioned earlier. But the fact that the media is trying to get Lincoln fired is just ridiculous to me. Like, if anything, so for you guys who are not in the Trojan family and you're listening to this, Lincoln is nowhere near a hot seat. If anything, it's the other way around. USC might be on the hot seat with Lincoln based on things that we've been hearing. You know what I mean? We know that's not the case right now, but if it was anything at all, that would be it. So it's ridiculous, man. The things that we've been hearing the media say about Lincoln Riley and trying their best to put him on the hot seat. That's not even there. There's no hot seat over here. Lincoln's good, right? We all understand that he's in a rebuild. You guys got thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean he's not on the hot seat. I mean we're in a different situation compared to in Ohio State, compared to Alabama, schools like that. So no, to me, after this year, if something doesn't go right to what we expect, then we can have that conversation, in my opinion. So yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, kind of pretty much what Supermax is saying. He's not going anywhere. He's gonna be here for a long time. He's not in the hot seat. He's, the staff or the administration is supporting him with, providing him with the right personnel around him. Coach Henny wasn't cheap, and if we're hiring those type of coaches, that means we're serious about winning, and Lincoln Riley serious about winning himself. So he's not going anywhere. I really do think he's going to bring a few championships to USC in the near future. And yeah, I know what the media's just trying to paint USC in a bad way. That's the only way I think the majority of these SEC schools and other schools are just somewhat afraid of what USC is capable of doing, and they're trying to, trying to shut that door as much as they can. But it's not going to happen.
I'm interested to hear from. I want to hear from some of these recruits on what they think about the media constantly coming after USC. So, any recruits watching this, man, hit me in my DMs, man. But, but I really want to know, man, because if it's me, I'm like, why they hate? I'm asking myself, like, why are they hating on USC so much? Why are they so worried about USC if they're not relevant? You know what I mean? And so, it's interesting, man. They know what's coming, man. Just like we mentioned previously, man. Once we figure it out, once we get things right, which we are going to do, it's a wrap for all of college football, and they know it.
Yeah, and then once we start performing on the field, yeah, we might not be the highest NIL team out there, but we're not gonna have to be the highest NIL player. As long as we're competitive, I think we're gonna start seeing a lot of these recruits staying here in California, or getting a lot of these blue chip prospects coming our way as well.
So,
and kind of what you mentioned, if USC's terrible and trash like the media paints us and other fan bases, why do you guys worry about USC so much if we're not going to do anything according to you guys?
Right. So that is going to lead us into some recruiting updates. Guns, you want to take it?
Yeah. So we've gotten some recruiting updates. We also got some kind of roster updates. So we're actually going to do the roster updates first. They're kind of additions, just like similar to recruits. So we have a JUCO wide receiver from Middlebury, Virginia, I believe. Donovan Wood, a wide receiver again, 6'1", 190. He had over 130 receptions, over 2,200 yards actually to be exact, and 19 touchdowns. It's a D3 level. So just adding more depth to that room. And then we also added another JUCO player, lineman Irwin Teami. I'm probably saying that last name wrong. Apologies. He played both sides in JUCO. He will be playing the offensive side. Guard, maybe center. Don't know the situation there, but he got the scholarship after being impressive at the USC camp this past June. So that's kind of where the tires started rolling there. So real quick before we get in the actual recruits, just any thoughts on the two roster additions?
Yeah, I agree with Fred right here. We need the new guy to play defense more than offense, and I think for him, a fast track to actually seeing some playing time would be on the defensive side of the ball. So, and we have guys with his similar body. I won't say we got guys that are quite his size. It's a massive dude. What is he? 355. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 350. Yes. That's what I saw.
Yeah,
that's idea for a nose tackle right there.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch his highlights, man, he has some defensive highlights, and he can move. He can move very well for a guy that big. And yeah, man, that's exactly what a scheme fit for us. So we'll see how it plays out. But right now he is projected to be a guard, right?
So what do you guys think about that? That he's going on the offensive side of the ball rather than defense? Because I don't know, like I read that as like a boost of confidence on my end, because the obvious choice, and as us fans you would think, oh, he needs to go on defense, but if they're not putting a defensive guy there, or if they're not putting him on defense, that kind of makes me believe that the staff is more than confident on our D line, and that we got the players that are going to perform. Because I mean, kind of, if you really take a deep dive into our depth chart, I think we're going to be good on the defensive line. Yeah, we might have some freshmen out there, but they're probably not going to be your typical freshmen.
Yeah, we'll get into that in just a second, because that's definitely something we're talking about.
Yeah, Saj. Yeah, but I mean, to your question, I mean, I can't argue. I mean, it does feel like they feel comfortable, confident. Actually kind of makes me wonder about the offensive line now, right? It's like,
Yeah.
are the options there not fulfilling potentially their, what the staff wants them to do? I mean, that's kind of, again, those are my next thoughts.
Yeah.
So we have to see.
And is he a junior, or how many years does he have left?
I believe he's got 2 to 3 years at least. I mean, just based off of JUCO standpoint. But going into actual recruiting now, so it sounds like we will have a kind of a gathering. This weekend. It's not going to be massive. There's going to be some key visitors. We don't have exact details. There will be a 2025 prospect potentially taking an official visit. Our thoughts here: it is the linebacker from San Diego, Madden. If you've been catching up with him, he's didn't take an official visit to us in June. Kind of took one to Notre Dame, Texas, a couple others. And it sounds like, it sounded like at the time that we were kind of fading. Now we've kind of caught up. Communication's been there. So we'll see if that is the actual person. We'll find out probably more tomorrow. We actually do have another linebacker is going to visit in September for the Utah State game. Number 1 linebacker, Ty Jackson. So he's going to be visiting from out of Florida. Again, the number 1 linebacker. So that's cool to see. I mean, we're obviously looking at other options and not just kind of staying put with those people that are out there still kind of, deciding their decision. So we'll see what transpires over the next month or so with that particular person. But that's really the main things for recruiting on the high school side. Sounds like we'll have some visitors this weekend, and we have the linebacker in September.
Sir, man. So let me ask you guys: you think we could pull a move like that this time last year, as far as getting the number 1, even scheduling the number 1 linebacker to visit?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah,
right. And the proof hasn't even been put out there yet, right? So just telling you, we're a long way away from where we were last year on the defensive side of the ball. So for all you casuals that keep saying Lincoln doesn't care about defense and USC won't be this, is their defense, this is that, the recruits are starting to take notice of what's going on over here, and you will soon find out exactly what's going on over here. So yeah, we're showing things up in the. I'm sorry. Is there any more recruiting news? Is that it?
Jonah Williams. He's gonna announce on Mama Day, Kobe Day.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to be a Trojan. I'm sorry, Raul.
Come on, man. You got to speak it into existence. Hey.
Yeah, no. I mean, no offense. It's just like Noah McHale with the California song in his videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
It's just not going to work out.
It's his laws, though. To be honest.
It's all good. It's all good. But Scott actually just mentioned as well that couple of the visitors, one's going to be a top 50 2026 prospect. Kid who's been really high on USC. He's not dropping the name, so he's just trying to be all secretive over here. And then another is going to be a top 25 or a top 200 player for the 2025 class, but he's committed to another school supposedly. So don't know who that is. So it sounds like maybe it's not Madden that's going to be doing the official visit, because obviously he's not committed to anywhere. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know, kind of like what Anthony James stated, what we've been bringing up in the past. If we have a really good season, I do see us, our recruiting trending upwards and getting a few possible flips.
Absolutely.
And never say never, Gunner.
Yeah, never say never, dude.
You never know. Emmerich might be like, all right, I got to get my crap together. If not, I'm going to be like Grinch. He's got to step it up.
I'm not exactly sure how I did that, but that's the next topic. Player weight changes. Since we brought it up, I'm not sure why it's not running with the rest of the banner, but sure, we'll take it. Yeah. So, Gunner, can you pull that up by chance?
Yeah, let me try to find the
I got Rusty put up as well. Yeah, I was waiting on that, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, but B Jones, I have one question though.
Yes, sir.
I heard Benny Wiley can't beef up some people,
Oh no, he's terrible. What are you talking about?
right?
There's no proof of Benny Wiley being good at his job at all.
Yeah.
So I told you guys last year, man, when you guys tried to put Benny Wiley on the hot seat, it just didn't make any sense at all. Like he was only doing what he was instructed, right? And that's every strength coach's dream is to make monsters out of these men. Like that's what they want to do. So it wasn't because he didn't want to do it or didn't know how to do it. So as you can see now, I'm sorry, I gotta add that. All right.
Shout out Fight on Rusty.
Yeah, shout out our guy Rusty.
Shout out Rusty for this information. I was on mute. Sorry. I mean, as you see, we're going to highlight some of them. I mean, Tompkins, we've kind of mentioned before, 30 pounds. I mean, he was 255. Now he's 285. I mean, Shelby, right? I think this was cool to see. Michael Benelos, 10 pounds, now to 310. I mean, Tobias Raymond, 15 pounds. There was another tweet he had where he compared us to LSU in terms of just the D-line room. And I mean, we wiped them off the floor basically. Like D linemen are averaging 267 versus 247 for LSU, and then our D tackles are averaging 300 versus 295. So kind of like what Ron was saying earlier, right? In terms of our depth, I mean, the numbers are showing from a size perspective, we're matching up with most of these top tier programs out there.
We're getting it together, guys. I mean, that was the biggest question mark going into Vegas, right? Is the trenches. How do we compare to these big SEC guys? So as of right now, we outweigh them as far as our average weight. So we can start complaining about our guys are too small. Those days are done. Grinch's system is out of here. Grinch's personnel is out of here. We got some real D linemen in here now. Young, but
yeah, who look now they bring up Young. You know who looks like a freak athlete? Jade Abizari, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, him.
That dude does not look like a freshman.
He does not look like a freshman. He looks like a senior at this point.
That's a grown man.
That's definitely, man. So I'm excited to see him on the field this year too. I'm assuming he's gonna get some playing time out there.
Right, he did pretty good in the spring game too, man. If you guys go back and check that out, he's holding his own.
Yeah, we got a few players over 300 pounds now, so.
Absolutely. We do have some news as well. Fall camp. Fall camp will be starting on August 2nd. Is that right, Gun? Yeah, August 2nd, right? You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Yep, sorry. Yeah, August 2nd, Friday. And then Wednesday, we have a media day, the 31st. So just heads up there. We're going to have some more commentary, so look out for that. But yeah, 7 a.m. sounds like as well as the start time.
All right. So Wednesday, we'll be back in come Thursday then. We'll be back in Paul Feinbaum's head. I'm sure we'll be hearing some more hatred coming from the media guys after that day. Another soundbite, I guess, from that Lincoln's going to provide. It's just my prediction. But yeah, I'm interested to hear from some of these players, man, what their mindset is going into camp, and see exactly how much, the team is gelling together. we've been hearing that a lot lately. You see, starting next week, starting August 2nd, man, we'll see competition start, and there's lots of competition on both sides of the football. But for me, mainly, I want to see how that safety room shapes out.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we've talked about this. Probably start doing some breakdowns right throughout probably fall camp. Talk about maybe each position group or whatnot. But yeah, we're gonna be talking more football, less recruiting, and we're getting excited.
Yes, sir. Season's getting closer. Also, starting next week, your Cal Southern Centaurs will be streaming every Tuesday. So if you have not gotten your membership to join the roster, man, go ahead and do so. It's somewhere down there. If you're if you're on your laptop, if you're not on your laptop, you will have to switch to website mode, so where you can see the membership button. Get your membership. DM me with your information. Information being what position, stats, gear that you want your player to be, and yeah, you'll be in the game, man. You'll see yourself balling out with the Cal Southern Centaurs, led by our quarterback right here, Gunnar Atterbury, and our strong safety right here, Raul Flores. Yeah, man. So come join the squad, man. Get your name on the squad on the roster.
What's your position? Middle linebacker?
I'm a middle linebacker. I'm
B. Jones.
quarterback of the defense, as well as Blackie Chan. So,
Yep.
yeah, man. So go ahead and get those memberships. Make sure you DM me though after you do, so we can get you in there. Oh, don't forget USCJ is our running back, and as well as Trojan Blade being our tight end. So we're squatted, man.
So
We gotta get them in there too.
I guess before we go into a full breakdown, once the season gets right around the corner, right now, without going through the fall, through camp and whatnot, what's your projection in terms of like our win loss record as of right now? What do you guys think?
I'm still on the 93 10-2 kind
Yeah,
of area right now.
yeah. I don't see myself budging off that. I'll say our floor would be 93, possibly. Well, I'll say 84 would be our floor, and that's just if things just go disastrous. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, nothing's really disastrous to us. I mean, it's more like not to our standard. Our version of disastrous would be 84. But but yeah, this team could either go undefeated or 10-2 as well. You know what I mean? So it can go either way, man. Like tell you this defensive line, man. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna surprise a lot of people, even ourselves. You know what I mean? I feel like we got something in store. Just the fact that we just got a 355 dude on the roster, and they did not immediately throw him on the defensive side. Not saying that's not going to happen. We'll see, but that wasn't the immediate thought. It tells you a little something. You know what I mean? So I think they like what they're seeing, and those are two guys I trust. You know, Coach Henry knows what NFL talent looks like. You know, as well as Denzel Lane. So if he thinks that we got what we need on the D line, who am I? Who am I to disagree?
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I mean, I kind of agree with Jeff on the floor, the 9-3, and ceiling of like I'll go ceiling 12. We can go undefeated. I don't see one game on the schedule where I feel like it's a for sure loss in our end. Um, so we'll see. But yeah, I feel a lot more confident now than I felt a few weeks back. Even though I was still saying um, the same things I'm saying now, but because I truly do feel that our coaching staff is going to do wonders this year for us.
Absolutely. So, like I was telling Gunner before the show, man, like the closer we get to the season starter, man, the more excited I am, and the more confident I am in our defense. So I'm excited to get things started, man. If you guys are gonna be in Vegas, join us. Join us, guys. Where we gonna be at?
Yeah. So Saturday, sounds like we're gonna be at this bar called Beer Haus. It's by the T-Mobile Arena, in between the New York and Park MGM. There's um, depending on the weather, obviously there's some outside area we can kind of all hang out. If not, we can go inside. That sounds like, again, for Saturday. Sunday, we'll probably potentially hit the Psycho Gate tailgate for the game. So that's something that's been mentioned among um, the people on social. So yeah, hit us up on one of the Twitter accounts, and we'll get you added to the group chat. And yeah.
Yeah, man. A little meet and greet, man. So come meet us. Come check us out. Um, don't be crazy. All right, we're all humans. So yeah, man. Excited about that, man. I'm ready to get this season kicked off.
See you, Pittsburgh. Can't wait.
All right.
Hey, and I know one of the guys mentioned it. Dude, we got a strike too, right?
Got a little feedback going.
I'm not sure. Is that me?
I believe so.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that we ended up getting a strike as well, right? The YouTube strike.
Yeah.
It's
So
crazy to me. I mean, we're not even 1,000 subscribers yet. Talking about that, come on, guys, you gotta subscribe, share, like the video.
right, yeah. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so at this time. Hit that like button as well if you haven't yet. But yeah. So yeah, we got a strike on 2 of our videos.
2 of
We
them.
used some clips. Yeah, we used some clips directly from USC football account, and I guess they weren't too happy about that. I mean, I would have preferred there had been a simple conversation without let us know. Could have been deleted since we're good now, but I believe Trojan Blade he got hit a lot worse than we did. And it's pretty yeah, like I said, it could have been a simple conversation for him as well, I believe. So yeah, I'm not gonna go too far on that. I'm not gonna tell how I really feel about that, but you know, like we're all men. Just simple conversation would do, man.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it sucks. Yeah, be interesting what happens in the future. Obviously, we're making our adjustments. And hopefully, we'll have a good relationship moving forward with USC.
Come on, USC. We need some media credentials. Let's go. Come on, show some love, man.
So if you guys haven't yet, follow Trojan Blade's new page. If you go to his page, he has the information there, the link right there. So go ahead. After the show, go ahead and head over to Trojan Blade and go ahead and add his new channel.
Yes.
Just in case, he loses this one for some stupid reason. Yeah. So yeah, it's our guy Gabe over there, man. He looks out for us. It's only right that we do the same in return. So make sure you guys go check Trojan Blade's new page out after this show. So you guys got any more announcements? Anything we got?
Just some bad news on the NFL side. Mickey Blackman suffered a season-ending torn ACL, I think it was.
No way.
Yeah, so unfortunately, you won't be able to play this year. So,
man,
bad news in terms of program.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, obviously from our standpoint, right, USC. I mean, but from Vikings right now, the KJ Jackson, I believe that's his first name, KJ. But yeah, with the Jackson situation now with Blackman, I mean, the DBs are getting thin over there in the Vikings if you're a fan. So hopefully they figure it out over there.
I hear that. Hopefully, we'll pray for a full recovery for him. So keep him in your prayers, man. We definitely would love for him to make a full recovery and be able to return to form when he's ready. Any better news?
Like Anthony said, Sammy Dimes is doing well.
Absolutely,
JJ Justin Jefferson spoke highly of that. He's been throwing bombs supposedly. So sounds like he's going to be starting the year. So it'd be cool to see Darnold get another chance.
The good news is that we weren't the little brother during media coverage day.
What was that?
We're saying the good news is that we didn't embarrass ourselves in the media day like little brother. You know what's the funny part though? It's that his whole slogan is "Do more," but he literally didn't do anything on that media day at all.
Freeze, that's a good one. Yeah. Sorry, Coach Foster.
Sorry.
We got to give you something. Can't let you just roll with that one, man. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
Terrible. I mean, you went to the wrong school. I'm sorry, man. Like Paul George said it. Paul George said it the best. It's not football related, but he said that he was in the wrong team here in Los Angeles. Pretty much, he went to the wrong school, Coach Foster. So,
no comment.
I'm just excited about football. That's it.
Yeah. Did you guys know that there's 2 schools in LA?
It's us and USC. Why would you even bring us up, man?
Once he brought that up, he knew he messed up. He knew.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Nerds definitely got the best of them, man. I think we've all been there, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if they prepped him at all, but he definitely looked unprepared. And
whoever prepped him probably fired by now.
For a guy who, people already think he's underqualified for the position, that doesn't bode very well, man. So.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it's really bad luck for them. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Ron.
No, that's all. That's all I got to say. Any questions?
Yeah. Next week, one of us, maybe 2 of us, will be we're doing a Big Ten Newcomers podcast collaboration. So we'll keep you guys posted and follow us on X for that announcement of when and where it will be. It's in the works right now. I promised you guys that we would have a former Trojan on here this week, but due to scheduling conflicts, we're going to have to push it back, going to postpone it, but it's going to happen soon. So you guys can get updated on what he's got going on. But yeah, man, just stay tuned to us, man. We got some big things going on right now. Shout out to our new network, the College Huddle. So you can find us over there on the College Huddle website. And, we'll be doing a lot of collaborating with those guys. So stay tuned to us. Get your memberships so you can join the squad. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and we're going to get out of here.
Fight on, boys.
Fight on.